at creating a Google Doc. If you're familiar with Microsoft Word, this is the Google version of that. So a lot of the same word processing features are going to be in here. The most important difference is that this can be a collaborative document, meaning you can share in real time with another person and work collaboratively on that document. So it could be you and another staff member or you and a student, and you can be working simultaneously at the same time working on this. The other nice feature is that it does autosave, so you don't need to worry about clicking save. It will do it every time you make a new change. To create a doc, you're going to come up here to the New button and click on Google Doc. The first thing you'll want to do is to give your document a title. So you just click on where it says Untitled Document and give it a title. Once you click off of it, it's saved. You'll see the little saving button here. You'll also see that it says last edited was seconds ago. Every time you make a change, you'll be able to see that in the version history here. So what I'm going to do is take you a little tour of this program, and you'll be able to see that there are a lot of similarities with the tools that you already are familiar with in Microsoft Word. So going through the menus here, the File menu, you'll be able to share, and we'll go through the sharing menu in just a moment as well, but what that's going to allow you to do is share and give editing, viewing, or commenting access to other people. New is going to allow you to create another new document if you need. If you need to open a file from within Google Drive, you can do that here. If you need to make a copy of something, you can click this. It will give you the Save As feature. You can make a exact clone of this document. If you'd like to email this as an attachment, you can do that here. If you've already shared this document with other people, you can email your collaborators. So say you were working with your team and you made a change to a paragraph or a table or whatever you did, and you want to email your collaborators to say, hey, I updated this, you can do that right from here. You can download this file if you need to attach it to a website, an email address, whatever. You can obviously see different file types. Your most common are going to be your DocX, which is your Microsoft version, as well as your PDF documents. Those are probably going to be your two widely used. If you think that you will be using Google Drive offline, meaning you'll have no internet access. Think if you were on airplane mode on your phone and you needed to be able to work on this, you can make this available offline. If you need to go back in your version history, so say you worked on this document last night and you changed something this morning and you say, you know, I really want to go back and look at what it was last time, you can look at version history. This is also super helpful if you're sharing something with students because you're able to go back and see the things that they've edited along the way. So it's nice to kind of look at their thinking. It's also great for behavior management and executive functioning if you need to look at it that way. If you need to rename the file, you can do it here. Move it, meaning move it in its folder organization-wise within Google Drive, you can do that here. If you need to add a shortcut, move to trash. If you want to publish this document to the web, meaning it will have a unique URL that you can send to parents or whomever, you can publish to the web. If you need to look at more in-depth details, you can do that here. If you need to adjust the language, meaning spell check and all of those things will also be adjusted, you can do that here. Page setup is going to allow you to toggle your margins, landscape, portrait, all of those kinds of things, and your print button. So a lot of these things are going to be similar than your Microsoft Word features. Your edit button is going to be similar, undo, redo, those speak for themselves. Cut, copy, paste without formatting is really helpful. I think this is one that's overlooked a lot, and this allows you to remove, like if you copied something from a website, it allows you to paste it in without all the crazy formatting that comes with it. Your select all is going to select all the text within your document. You've also got find and replace. That's going to allow you to search for a word or phrase of words and replace it with another word or phrase of words. Your view is going to allow you to change it from print layout into kind of the view that you're looking at now. What mode you're looking at, this is important because right now I'm in editing mode. So I'm directly editing the document. If I'm in suggesting mode, this is something you might use as a teacher. If you don't want to change what the student's like authentic writing is, you can suggest edits. So it's going to leave little comments or post-it notes in the margins, and you're not actually going to change what the student's done. You're just going to suggest like, hey, I think there's an edit that needs to be here. Viewing is going to be exactly what it says. It's view only. You cannot make any edits to it. So that's going to be your, if you're sharing something with students that you just want them to read or parents that you just want them to read, you'll be able to do that here. The ruler is going to allow you to see up here at the top of the document if you're worried about making margins, if you're worried about adding a picture and centering it, those kinds of things are there for the ruler. The outline is going to allow you to create an outline by tabbing or indenting in on the document. An equation toolbar, if you're teaching math, if you click on that, you're going to be allowing yourself to add in specific math symbols and features there that will allow you to make, say, a math worksheet or type in a fraction or use different math tools there. Section breaks is going to allow you to be able to use like page breaks, things like that, if you wanted to be clearly break it out so you can see those. Full screen is going to take away your toolbar and allow you to see it in a much bigger setting. So if you were presenting this on a Zoom call or a Google Meet call, or say you're going to present it in your classroom later down the line, you might go full screen just to kind of get rid of all the stuff at the top, and it's a little bit easier on your students' eyes. Showing image, again, from the insert menu, you have the ability to upload directly from your computer desktop, search the Google Images, search the web, add things from Google Drive, Google Photos by a specific URL, or turn on the camera on your computer. A table is going to allow you to add a table. So if you wanted to make a 2-column table that had 4 cells, you'd be able to do that just for organization. Drawing, if Google Drive and the suite of tools has something called Google Drawings, and what that's going to be is the ability to either import a new drawing where you're going to be giving a blank canvas and you have kind of the ability to draw, or you can add something that you've previously created from Drive. A chart is going to be exactly what it says. If you have data that you'd like to represent in a chart, you can do that bar, column, line, or pie chart, or you can import data that you've previously collected from Google Sheets. Horizontal line, exactly what it says. It's just going to pop in a horizontal line into your document. If you've got a footnote, you can do that there. Special characters is going to allow you to add in different kinds of wingding kind of symbols. An equation, again, is going to be able to bring in some math type symbols. Headers and footers, you can add those here. Page numbers, you have some different options as to how you'd like to do that. If you'd like to add in breaks, if you'd like to add a link into it, so say you're going to link to a website or to a YouTube video or whatever, you can add a link in here. If you'd like to add a bookmark, so what that's going to allow students to do is to jump to a specific area in this document. So say you create something like a syllabus that's going to be 6 pages long, you can create an internal link, which would be a bookmark, to jump to specific areas within the document. A table of contents allows you to, again, create a table of contents. The format is where you're going to be able to adjust how this document looks. So changing the style of text, which is also going to be available on this bar that's directly below the menus. Your paragraph styles, how you're indenting, how you're spacing, if you're creating columns within the document, if you're bulleting, adding again headers and footers, page numbers, if you needed to add or take away any formatting, that's located here as well. Your tools menu is going to allow you to add specific tools to this document. So do you want to do a spelling or grammar check? So again, this isn't going to be perfect, but it is pretty powerful. If you need to count the words in this document, if you need to review any edits that someone else made, you'd be able to click on review suggested edits. The compare documents feature is a really awesome feature. when you click on it, it's going to bring up side by side two different documents that you've been creating. So, excuse me, if you wanted to create something and you wanted to look side by side at two different things, you can do that here. Citations is gonna give up the ability to do like a bibliography or ALA, AMA. I'm blanking here. Different kinds of citations. These are all, or MLA, I was totally off. Different kinds of citations. Again, if you just click on source, you either type in book, website, whatever, you paste in all the information, and it's right there. The Explore feature is going to give you the ability to type in a search topic. You'll be given a web search here with all easy to read documents. So say I click on this World Wildlife section here, it's going to jump me right to the website. If I want to add a footnote or cite this, I just click on the little quotes here and it would pop right in as a footnote. The image here, that's going to bring up safe images that you're able to use copyright free. You're also able to explore your Google Drive for items that match Tiger. You're also able to link objects, so you'll be able to link different things from charts, tables, things like that. Pull up a dictionary right in the margin here. Translate a document. Voice typing is going to be exactly what you say, voice to type, so or voice to text. So if I start speaking, it will translate that right onto my document. The script editor is going to be very much more an advanced skill. If you are going to embed things, if you're going to be using more computer coding, you can use that here. Preferences. Excuse me. If you have specific preferences of how you want things to be set up, you can set those here. And then you also have your accessibility settings. It is somewhat limited, but it is nice to have some of those things added in there. Add-ons are going to be things that are specific to your Google account. So I have a couple apps that work in conjunction with my Google Drive. These won't be here when you open yours up, but you're welcome to search around the Get Add-ons bar or the Manage Add-ons bar, and that will be things that will help or modify the way that you use Google Drive. The help feature, again, this is very straightforward. If you needed some help locating things, you'd be able to search things here. On the menu down here, you have your undo, redo, print, spell check, and paint format right in there. You can zoom, you can change your text styles, change your font, size, and how it's formatted. Bold, italic, underline. Change the color or highlighter. You can add a link. You can add a comment. A comment is a sticky note that resides along the side that's directly linked into your document. So you're able to kind of keep track of your thinking as you go. You can add an image. Again, those are from your computer, the web, and so on. You've got how you're justifying your text, left, center, right, or across the whole page justification, line spacing, numbering, bullets, indenting. If you need to clear your formatting, you've got that here. So these are kind of shortcuts for the things that we saw up at the top. Again, you have your editing modes, your suggesting modes or viewing modes that we talked about previously. So that's kind of your main menu bars. The other things you'll want to see here, and I can just close some of this stuff up. You have your comment history. So this is kind of your ability to have kind of just notifications if people are changing or modifying or adding comments to the document. You can see that here. You can click the share button, and this is where you're going to be sharing with people. So if you have somebody's address, it starts to auto-populate. When you type in their email address, you'll be able to select if they're a viewer, meaning they can only look at the document, if they're a commenter, meaning they can look at the document as well as add those sticky notes on the side, or an editor, that's going to be someone that has full access to changing, modifying, and using this document. You can add in a note here. You'll see the link of what I'm sharing with this person, and then I just click send. It sends to that person. That person will be alerted by email, as well as it will just show up in their shared with me section of Google Drive. So that's a quick, very quick overview of all of the tools within Google Docs. It's a super easy to use platform, and it's super powerful once you see the collaborative side of things, as well as the ability for it to autosave and access documents wherever you are.